Shalom, brothers. This is Yabatazah. I want to come make another video. Going off the scripture here in 2nd Esdras chapter 7 verse 16. It says, "Why hast thou not considered in thy mind this thing that is to come, rather than that which is present?" Then answered I and said, "O Lord, that bearest rule, thou hast ordained in thy law that the righteous should inherit these things, but that the ungodly should perish. Nevertheless, the righteous shall suffer straight things and hope for wide. For they that have done wickedly have suffered the straight things, and yet shall not see the wide." Right. You know what I'm saying? Like it said in verse 16, it says that consider in thy mind the things that are to come. What are the things to come? You know, the destruction, deliverance, you know, martial law, you know, the race riots, the RFID chip, the mark of the beast. All right. These are the things that we need to be considering and edifying one another on a daily basis towards exhortation. Okay. And I'm not speaking to anybody in particularly. It's just to edify and to just to bring out, because you got a lot of people out here that thinking that they're doing the Lord's will and that they're suffering straight things. But Yahweh Shai is saying that they're not going to see the wide. Why? Because they weren't selected. They weren't chosen to be part of that number of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. They weren't the ones that were building up the house of David. Instead, they were they were trying to keep it from being built. Okay. That's why it's important to the Akim that we do the work for Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai and feed the flock and feed feed ourselves. You know, because we don't want to be destroyed in this present world, man. When everything pops off. So these are the things that we should be considering towards edification, because we already know the righteous are going to inherit these things and the ungodly aren't. But we don't want to be the ungodly. You see, we want to be in the spirit of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Because those, the 2/3 or the guys that are falling out, they're not seeing correctly. They're not seeing things for what they really are in its true essence. They've been blinded. Okay, and that's not what we want for ourselves and for anybody that's of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, we got to keep pushing, doing the work, and staying humble. Okay, but like it said, it says that we hope for the wide, right? And what is the wide? It's talking about the kingdom, and the kingdom is gonna be, you know, peace and where rest is allowed. You know what I'm saying? We can enjoy our children. We're gonna enjoy our food. We're gonna enjoy our gifts that Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai distributes to us. All right, you know, that's the wide, man. We're gonna be with the brothers, the Akim, with our you know, our power, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, ultimately, because He's the only one that can give us that true love, man. Nobody else can, and we can only find that here on the earth is through the brothers, the Akim. Okay, but I want to bring out 1 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 32. It says, but when ye are judged, you are chastened of the Lord, that you should not be condemned with the world. Right. So we want to be we want to receive that chastisement from Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai in order to hope for the wide. Because you have to understand is that the righteous, Lord will, for part of that number, they're going to suffer straight things. And them straight things is what? Persecution. Is suffering. Endurance, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the scriptures say, he that endured to the end shall be saved. But you have to have patience. You know? But as it says in 1 Corinthians 11 and 32, but But when you are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that you should not be condemned with the world, right? Because the ungodly are going to be condemned with the world, man. So we want to keep that in mind, man. Like I said, and why hast thou not considered in thy mind these things that is to come? You know, that's why we have to examine ourselves on a daily basis, whether we be in the faith. You know, we have to give ourselves over to bodily exercise or godly exercise, salakia, which has to do with fasting, mortifying our members, rehearsing the righteous acts, man. Things of that nature. So, because we want the wide, we want to hope for the wide, man. Because the ungodly, the 2/3, and their hope is in vain. All right, but in order for you to consider in thy mind the things that's to come, is the Spirit has to be dealing with you. All right, and that's where I'm going to jump into next, because the 2/3 and these other guys that are going back and forth with certain BS questions and things of that nature, they're not being mindful of the things that really need to be discussed. Okay, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8. I'm gonna start at verse 8. It's dealing with wisdom. It says, "If a man desire much experience, she knoweth things of old, and conjectureth aright what is to come. She knoweth the subtleties of speeches, and can expound dark sentences. She foreseeth signs and wonders in the events of seasons and times." Right, because that's the things that we're supposed to be considering in our mind, is the times that we're living in. Measure the times diligently in itself, and she's gonna help you see these things, man. And you're gonna know to prepare and what you have to do to find mercy and from Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay, but like it says that she know what things of old, and can she foreseeth signs and wonders and the events of seasons and times. Okay, and these guys out here, they don't have that, man. So basically that's all I wanted to bring out, brothers. I hope it was edifying. Just be mindful of the things that are to come, man. Because we're getting closer to that time. We're getting closer to the Third World War. All right, race riots, all types of things, man. Whether it be spiritual, physical, things are increasing. But we have a lively hope, man. We have a hope. We're prisoners of hope because of Yahweh Shai's sake. So we don't want to lose that, man. Everybody else, they've lost that and they can't find it. Okay, but I guess I want to leave it with that, brothers. I hope it was edifying. I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to you, brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth. Keep pushing. Until next time, I want to say shalom.